So for this lesson, you will have two things at your desk. You're going to have your grid paper, and you also need to have pulled out your perfectly pink protected paper from yesterday. We're actually starting with 13. We should have all of our factors 1 through 12 listed, and the factors would be just the numbers that we use, the lengths and widths, okay? And then we'll have our 13 all the way down to 24 that do not have anything on them. We're going to explore 13. We're going to be looking for an area of 13. And I'm going to remind you of those questions that we kept asking ourselves yesterday. I'm going to put these under here. So some of our questions. Can we make a row with a width of 1? Yes. Every shape we made yesterday, every four-sided figure, started with a row of 1. We could have one long row of anything. So that will always have an answer of yes. Then we'll do so. So go ahead and go to your chart and take a minute to make one long row with a width of 1 and a length of 13. Pause the video while we do this. Now, what you should have done on your paper would to be able to create a width of 1 and a length of 13. So we have an area that's 13 square units. Our width is 1, our length is 13. So this would be length times width, and on our chart, we'll go down here to the 13th box and say that we could use 1 and 13. We'll now ask ourselves some more questions to make sure there's no other options. We know that we can go down this list, so we'll go down. The next question we'll ask ourselves is, can I create a four-sided shape that has a width of 2, but we're looking for 13? And if I try to do this, I have a hint in my mind that it's just not going to look right, but we could try and see and prove it. I'm just going to do it here on my paper. Y'all watch as I try this, and you might give it a try too. Pause the video and see if you could draw a rectangle with 4 sides and a width of 2. Pause now. Okay. So if you were trying this at your table, you probably started with the width of 2, and now I'm trying to figure out how long to make this if I want it to be 13. Now if I go all the way 7 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's just going to be pretty wonky, especially if I pull out the tiles. I could try to rearrange it. Now I do have an area of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But do I have a four-sided figure? No, I don't. I have this like weird 1 and a 1 and a 6. It's just a big giant, I'm going to put a big hard red X. No. So, can I use 2 as one of my lengths, or as one of my widths? No. So 2 will not be my factor. I could try the same thing with 3. And once again, I'm going to run into some problems here if I try this. Now, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But once again, I don't have a four-sided, nice-looking, normal rectangle. I have this wonky shape. So no, I cannot use 3 as my factor. If I continue down the list and look at these questions here, can I use 4? Can I use 5, 6? If I keep going, we're going to continue to strike out. So for 13, we just stop here with this one long row of 13. That's truly the only way we can make a nice rectangle. So as we go back to our pretty pink chart here, by 13, we'll just say that the only numbers that will work would be 1 and a row of 13, a row of 1 and a row of 13. We can't use 2. We tried 3. Can't use 4. We know 5 won't work. 6, 7, none of those will work. So we're stuck with our 1 and 13. Let's move on to our 14, okay? So this one might have some more options. And I'm going to continue to start with these questions. Can I make a row with a width of 1? And we'll always answer this question with yes. Yes, I can. I can take my 1 and make a long row of 14. And it's just going to be one extra block than last time. So I'm going to use that as a guide. One extra block. So once again, I have a width of 1 and a length of 14, always. It's a great place to start. Just line them up. And I'm going to go back over to my pink chart and say I found one that works. We knew that would work. One long row of 14. I'm not going to list these yet because I don't know exactly how many are going to be in my list. So I'm going to continue to explore. What's my next question? Can I use 1? The next question is, can I make a width of 2? Okay, so let's try it. Let's get our page here, and if we have 2, a width of 2, how long could this be, and will this work? I'm going to let you pause the video and explore to see if you can make a rectangle that has a width of 2 and then the area is 14. Work on that now. Okay, so once you have worked on that, you may have discovered this will work. And if you're comfortable with your math facts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you would know that 2 rows of 7, 2 times 7 makes 14. I still have an area of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And a length of 2, a length of 7, and a width of 2, okay? So we know now we have another fact pair that makes 14. We have 2 rows of 14, or a width of 2, a length of, whoa, excuse me, Miss Power. Yikes, I got ahead of myself. An area of 14, but our length is 7, and that doesn't white out too well. Now we know. 2 groups of 7. There they are, 2 and 7. So now we're going to, before we finalize, we've got to be sure we've got them all. We don't want to leave anything out. So we're going to continue to go down the list. Can we make 14 with a width of 3? We can explore that, but if I'm thinking of my 3's facts, groups of 3 here, 3 and 6, 9, 12, 15. I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't have a feeling this would work. I don't even know what it would go with. But if I had a group of 3 and I tried to make 14, it's going to be one of those crazy kind of wonky shapes like this, okay? I'm going to have something missing. And I know maybe I have an area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But I will not have one of those pretty rectangles. So once again, this is a no. It has to be 4-sided, nothing crazy. So, can I use 3? No. What about 4 to make 14? I'm going to let you discuss with your groups and decide if we can use 4 or 5 or 6 or any other number to make 14. Talk now quietly. All right, boys and girls. Did you come up with anything else that will work for 14? Not 3. 4 won't work. 5s we know are going to be groups of 5. 5, 10, 15. 6, 7, we already have it, so I know I can, and then I know I'm good. So no, there's really nothing else. So now when we go to our list, we're going to list 1, 2, 7, and 14. Make sure you have that on your paper. I'm going to do the last one with you, and then I'll let you continue on, but we're going to go to 15. And once again, we'll start with our questions. Our first question is always, can I make a row with a width of 1? And the answer is always yes, I can, because 1 will go with anything. I can make a long row of any number. So can I make a row with a width of 1? Yes, always. So there we go. It's going to get longer and longer. 1 extra block longer. 1 group of 15. And then I'll go to my pink page, back and forth, one long row of 15. Then I'll continue to go down the list. What about groups of 2? Can I make a width of 2? Well, I'm thinking about my 15s, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably caught on to this. If this is an odd number, do you think 2 would work? I could try it. And once again, if I have a width of 2, I'm gonna have to have an even number, okay? So 2 groups of 7 worked here, but it's not gonna work here. So 2 and nothing. So once again, we know that 2 is not going to work. What about groups of 3 for 15? So I'm gonna make a spot here. I'm just gonna go all the way down. Okay, group of 3. I want you to discuss with your table and try it on your own to explore this and how we would make a rectangle with a width of 3. Pause the video and work on it now. Okay, if you explored with this and really tried to make this right, you can. You can make a... So we paused to look to see if 3 would work for 15. And what did we find? Yes, we can do 3 groups of 5, and it will make an actual rectangle, a nice 4-sided figure. 3 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have an area of 15, a length of 3, a width of 3, a length of 5, and now we have 15. Once again, I'm going to double check all my questions to make sure I've thought of everything. So, can I use 4 to make 15? Okay, if we count by 4, or think of groups of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16. No, I can't make 15. Can we use a width of 5? Well, we just did. We already had our 5 groups of 3. So yes, and then our 6s and so forth won't be there because we've already found them all. So we can use 1, not 2. So we can use, when we list these factors, 1, 3, 5, and 15. As we move on to 16 through 24, I want you to use these same steps. And we're going to go through and make sure you ask yourself these questions. And I'm going to put these questions on a poster for us. So you're asking them, can I do 1? Can I do 2? Can I use 3? Can I use 4? Can I use 5? Can I use 6? And so forth, all the way down. Okay, so you make sure you haven't left out any of your numbers. As we get to 24, you're going to find that these questions are going to be very important.